Africa makes the semi-final always, doesn't it?
He was the first nigga.
Said man, away from the game. There's a
I'm a real hater like that.
Guys are gonna ride Messi, but like guys, the man can only do so much.
Yo, my brothers, my sisters, and my ballers. Welcome back to another match day of What's Football Without Fans with your favorite social football analyst, Tsepi Sopiti, aka Tsebzoro. To the ballers passing by, I hope you like what you see because I surely like what I do. And make sure to join the returning balls who continue to show me gang love and appreciation by liking, commenting, as well as to subscribe. So it's being said, Man United is back. The Red Devils are back on their perch. The glory days are back. We've seen a resurgence recently with Manchester United after the appointment of interim manager Michael Carrick. 2 games, 2 wins against the top 2 in the league. Kicked off at home at Old Trafford against Manchester City. A big fixture, the Manchester derby. Seeing that it being his first game against Pep Guardiola, we all wondered what would happen. We all wanted to see how would the lineup come about. Players returning from the AFCON with Amad Diallo and Bemo. Who would he select up front? Midfield with Kobe Mainoo returning. Bruno Fernandes going back into attacking position. There were so many questions heading into that game for Manchester United as well as Michael Carrick. Now we all knew with the return of Michael Carrick, Bruno Fernandes' freedom. Your best player has to play in his best position, and that's exactly what Michael Carrick is doing. Playing the most creative player, the most valuable player, and the most important player at the club in his attacking role as the creative midfielder, the central attacking midfielder, to produce the balls in behind for the attackers. Playing on the transition as well. That is Man United's identity, folklore identity for Man United. And we're seeing that with Michael Carrick right now. Bemo up top, finisher. We saw the quantity of goals that he scored for Brentford last season. That's why Man United signed him, to improve their goal scoring record for last season. Adding Cunha as well as Sesko. They just went top heavy in signing attackers. And Carrick used it well to his disposal. Interesting game indeed. First half was quite tight against Man City's troops. Pep Guardiola set up his team well. Rodri got on the ball, got into dangerous positions in keeping Man United on the back foot. Doku had some interesting attacks, but Man United had their chances on the counter, producing 2 goals chalked off due to offside. Tight calls indeed, helped by VAR. But you could see them in the game. And then in the second half, my ballers, it's been a while since I've seen a Pep Guardiola team dominated in that fashion. I say dominated, and they tried. They tried to step up, they tried to match up to Man United, they just couldn't. Pep Guardiola even admitted that Man United was just better. Chance after chance after chance, goals chalked off, hitting the bar. Donnarumma making saves for Man City. Man United continued to knock on the door and eventually it opened. Counter-attack with Bruno Fernandes jotting down the middle, having Amad on his right, but instead picking to lay it off to Mbeumo on his left, and Mbeumo finishing off into the bottom corner. We've seen interesting calls. Doku playing on the left wing with Shaw in behind him. It's so mad to see that in 2026, you still have figures like Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw starting at an institution as big as Manchester United. That's why this club has been in turmoil recently. You can't be starting figures like that, but hey, right now, they are the club veterans who know all about the club and are producing the goods. Shaw had a brilliant performance in the second half. Maguire did his part alongside the Butcher and Lisandro Martinez, who was able to put Haaland in his pocket. It was surely done, and then Doku got second. Doku has just got in some goal scoring form, which I'll speak on the Arsenal game a bit later, but around Boxing Day he scored against Newcastle at home. And in this game as well, he continued the goal scoring form. You know, Man United under Carrick, we wondered when he got the job that if things don't go well, it's easy to say he shouldn't be the manager. If things do go well, you're left in a lose-lose situation. We give him the job and it doesn't work out, we know we should have taken someone more experienced. We don't give him the job, and then with the new manager, with the higher profile, having it not work out for him, it goes back to saying, why was he not signed under the dotted line? the contract conversation, as we duly remember with Rio Ferdinand under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's a sense of cohesion now with Man United. They are certainly united with the midfield partnership of Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo showing why he should be starting. Honestly, that's the one point of view that I never understood from Amorim. Leaving out Kobe Mainoo for Ugarte, who can barely play football, barely look over his shoulder, barely make a turn, barely pass around the corner. There's nothing Ugarte offers you with the ball and when the team's in possession. He's just to cut out work, and unfortunately, we need more than that. And that's what Kobe Mainoo gives us. A sense of know-how, a sense of pausing on the ball, a sense of running through transitions, a sense of driving through the midfield, a sense of picking up a pass, a sense of dribbling a midfielder, dropping the shoulder as he did to Semenyo. The calmness in midfield alongside a Casemiro. It's what was needed from Kobe Mainoo. And Michael Carrick has duly made the right decision in having him as a starter. The game went through its gears and its foundations. Man United just continued to grow stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger in the game. It was unfortunate Mason Mount's goal in the end was choked off, because 3-0 against Pep Guardiola would have been a nice scoreline to look at. And then came the fixture at the Emirates. Resurgent Red Devils right now. Resurgent Man United under Michael Carrick. We wondered what would happen. Did we speak too soon about Man United being back? We said, let's take a pause. Let's wait to see what happens at the Emirates against the Gunners. The Gunners even took the lead. The Gunners took the lead at the Emirates Stadium. Now, in all honesty, going into this game, I felt if Man United is ever to get anything out of this fixture, Arsenal need to make mistakes or something like a red card. A mistake was happening. Zubimendi had a day to forget. A Sunday to forget against the Red Devils, pulling them back into the game just before halftime, with Cunha taking a step out and finishing on his right foot. And then in the second half, Arsenal suddenly had less control of the game. In the first half, Arsenal had the upper hand. I wonder what Carrick says to these troops during halftime, because we saw the same happen against Man City. Man United in the first half, yes, they were there, they held their own, sat back, absorbed the pressure. And then in the second half, still with the same tactic, having a mid-block, but playing out, having more ball possession, having more chances into the opposition's box, more touches in, more drives forward. And you wondered, where was this performance in the first half? And when it popped up in the second half, oh my goodness, it's tough to contain. Doku. We literally came from seeing Cunha, Bruno, Shaw, Bruno, Cunha, to now popping it at the Emirates with Dogu, Bruno, hitting a belter. When that shot went in, I said, whoa. Dogu, you produced a moment of magic. A scoop for Dogu. All of a sudden, Man United takes the lead against the Gunners at the Emirates Stadium. Changes were made by Arteta. We saw a quadruple sub. Gyökeres coming on. Eze coming on. Madueke coming on. The alarm bells went off for Arsenal, man. Panic modes were just hit. And they knocked. Eventually, Corner FC or Netflix FC. Arsenal have so many nicknames, I don't even know what to call them anymore. Scored via corner. A scrappy goal, but they got their due reward via corner with pushing forward. And Mikel Moreno, telling player across the past 2 seasons, coming good at the right moments with crucial goals. 2-2, you can walk away with the draw. Man United said no. And number 10 off the bench from the left nestled his shot, tucked it into the bottom corner to become the match hero. So it poses the question, are the Red Devils really back? A resurgent Man United under Michael Carrick? Look, man, I'm excited to see Man United performing again. We know the institution that Man United is. And if Man United is performing, the football needle is certainly moving. No team, no footballing institution in the beautiful game moves the needle like Man United. You can say what you want about Barcelona or Real Madrid being as big or even bigger than the club. But when it's time to talk and set things straight, Man United has us glued to the TV screens when doing well. It's not to say now I want to see them winning trophies. Okay, if they come with trophies, let them get the Carabaos and the FA Cups that Eric Ten Hag got. But just let it happen like, Arsenal. Arsenal's been performing well. We've seen you do the things. We've been talking about you, but no success at the end of the season. Man United, I'd like to see continue in that vein as well. But you know what, man? Football is healthy with Man United performing well and being the talk of the town. Next fixture's Fulham at Old Trafford. We're expecting a win. Followed by Spurs at Old Trafford. Will that supporter of theirs eventually cut his hair with 5 wins in a row? We all wonder. But Man United, I just wonder how long this could last for. You're in the top 4, playing once a week. Carrick has so much time to prepare for games. He knows exactly who to choose. I wonder which changes will soon come. Because honestly, for the next game, you might as well start the same 11 until you don't get a result in your favor. Then bring in a Mazraoui, who I feel long term should be the left back. Dalo could probably even be replaced. Maybe Mazraoui could start on the right, have Dogu back on the left back, and then Cunha kicking off from the left wing. I just don't know when De Ligt comes back. Does Maguire go back to the bench? Because honestly, the Butch has cemented his position. And then Kobu Mainu and Casemiro in his final twilight, running out his career. Bruno Fernandes up in front, continuing to create goals. And we're waiting to see him score goals as well under Carrick. Look, man, it's a FPL bonus seeing Bruno Fernandes perform like this. Because you know what's guaranteed. Man United will create chances. Man United will get penalties. Bruno Fernandes will always be around the goal scoring charts for Man United. Yes, Mbemo can produce and score goals, which he's doing now. But Bruno will always be the main man, captain, and leading from the front. In saying that, my ballers, we've come to the end of this match day. I hope you've enjoyed this match day. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. Share down below if you think Man United can continue with this form and if Michael Carrick should get the job full-time at the end of the season. Where will Man United finish? Some people are even saying they could win the league. Imagine. I've said we so much because it's a happy place seeing Man United perform well. Even though I hate them as much as I do. But football moves with Man United succeeding. It's just the fact. In saying that, my ballers, hope you enjoyed this match day. Stay tuned to see more content from What's Football Without Fans. And until next time, live long.